Hey guys, welcome to class today. My name is Lana and this is Yogalates. So I like to think of Yogalates as a yoga-based practice with an emphasis on core strength, glute activation, and elongation and lengthening of the muscles. So go ahead and give yourself some space to move around, throw your mat or towel down on the floor, and then we are going to meet with our spines curving down to the mat so that we are all meeting laying down on our yoga mats. You can extend the legs if that feels comfortable for you. Our arms can come by your side. And here, just begin to become aware of your breath. On every inhale, filling the lungs, the diaphragm, and the chest. And on every exhale, allowing your body to sink down closer to the mat. Your eyes can close here if that feels comfortable. As we just begin to become aware of the dynamic moving breath in our body, preparing ourselves for our practice today. If you'd like, you can take a couple moments to set an intention. Maybe you just want to move your body or clear your mind. No matter what it is, your intention is something you can come back to throughout your practice when you find your mind wandering. Palms can be up to accept energy from the universe, or maybe facing down to quiet all the noise. Taking a few more nourishing breaths in this position. And keeping your eyes closed and your body relaxed, on your next inhale, begin to pull the right knee into the chest, giving it a little hug. On the exhale, coming into a supine twist, begin to bring that right knee over the midline as you extend your arms out, gently warming up the spine. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can bring your gaze over towards those right fingertips. Here, we're not trying to force that knee down. We're just trying to extend the body out, trying to keep both shoulders on the mat. We are here for 3 more breaths. Even in this twisted position, trying to breathe into the belly, the lungs, and the chest. And completely release before we take our next inhale. On your next inhale, begin to pull that right knee back into the chest. Give it a little hug, and then extend it down on the mat. Same thing on the other side. On the inhale, pull the right or left knee into the chest. Give it a little squeeze, and then moving into that supine twist, begin to cross that left knee over the midline as you extend both arms out, maybe bringing that gaze over towards those left fingertips. We are here for about 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, beginning to come back to center, squeezing that left knee in. This time we're going to pull the right knee in as well and hug both knees into the chest. Maybe incorporating a little bit of rocking side to side if that feels good on the lower back. Taking a few more nourishing breaths here. And then beginning to rock forward and back and rocking into a nice seated cross-legged position. Awesome job. On your next inhale, begin to bring the arms up overhead and exhale over to the right side. Inhale back up through center and over to the left. Moving dynamically, inhale up, exhale over to the right. Inhale up, exhale over to the left. Doing that 2 more times, moving at your own dynamic pace, moving with the breath. Just beginning to warm up that side body. Not worrying too much about keeping one hip on the ground or not, just doing whatever feels good. And on your next inhale, meeting back up in center, releasing the hands, taking your legs, shaking them out, and then crossing them the second way. So if you had your right leg underneath, go ahead and place that on top this time. On your next inhale, bringing the arms up and coming into a twist over to the right side, bringing the right hands down behind you, resting the left hand on top of the right thigh. On every exhale, deepening into the twist. And every inhale, lengthening up through the spine. Again, inhale to lengthen. And exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to twist. On your next inhale, coming back up through center, reaching up through the fingertips, and exhale over to the other side. Nice, bringing those left fingertips down to the mat, reaching that right hand onto that left thigh. On every inhale, reaching up through the spine, and every exhale, sinking deeper into the twist. One more breath, inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Nice, coming back through center, arms come up, reaching up through the spine, and place the hands in front of you. Roll over the knees to come into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, moving into a dynamic cat-cow. On the inhale, filling the belly, sending the hips back and bringing the chest forward to come into our cow pose. And on the exhale, rounding through the spine, releasing the neck to come into our high Halloween cat. Again, inhale to cow pose. And exhale to cat. Moving through this dynamically at your own pace, warming up that spine. Doing whatever feels good here. Maybe adding in a little bit of side-to-side motion with the hips. Looking down at your fingertips, making sure your fingers are spread nice and wide and that you are pressing into every part of the hand. Moving through this a few more times. And then whenever you're ready, on the next exhale, beginning to send the hips back, coming into a child's pose. Bringing the forehead down to the mat, reaching the arms out. If this is at all uncomfortable, maybe making your knees a little bit wider to bring it more into the hips. On your next exhale, beginning to walk the hands over to the right side of the mat, feeling a side stretch in the left side of the body. Taking a breath here. And on the inhale, walking back to center. And then over to the left side, this time feeling a nice side stretch in the right side of the body. Taking a big, nourishing breath here, breathing into the lungs, breathing into the back. And on the exhale, walking back to that neutral table art child's pose. On your next inhale, begin to press into the palms of the hands to lift the forearms up off the mat, pressing through the shoulders, reaching through the arms. If this is comfortable, feel free to stay here, or we can come up into some spider fingers by pressing into the finger pads, lifting the palms up off the floor, strengthening those wrists, stretching out those arms, pressing through the shoulders. And on your next exhale, release the hands and forearms back down to the mat, taking 2 more nourishing breaths in this child's pose position. And whenever you are ready, on the inhale, tucking the toes under, pressing the hips up into our first downward facing dog. Walk it out here, bending ankles, bending knees. Maybe widening your stance a little bit. Feel free to come off the mat. Feel free to take up as much space in this world as you need. Looking up at the wrist, making sure we're seeing nice wrinkles there, making sure our fingers are spread wide and we are pressing into every part of the hand. Looking back at our ankles, again wanting to see those wrinkles there, even if we need to bend the knees a little bit. Continuing to walk it out for 2 more breaths. Just playing around with this pose, gently continuing to warm up the body. And begin to find some stillness and stability in this pose. On the inhale, we're going to press more into the left leg as we reach our right foot up for a 3-legged dog. Foot is dorsiflexed, toes are pointing down towards the mat, hips are nice and even. If you'd like to, you can open up to the side of the room by bending that right knee. Maybe taking some ankle circles here. And switching directions. On your next exhale, begin to extend that leg back up to our 3-legged dog. And on the inhale, pull the knee into the chest. Pause here. Pull the knee in closer. And exhale back to 3-legged dog. Again, inhale, knee to chest. This time coming across the body to the left elbow. And exhale, 3-legged dog. One more time. Inhale, knee to chest. This time coming over to the right elbow. And exhale, 3-legged dog. Awesome job. Set that foot back down on the mat. Walk it out. Bending ankles, bending knees. Taking those nourishing breaths. Again, beginning to find some stillness and stability, shifting the weight over to the right leg. Inhale, left leg up, 3-legged dog. Hips are nice and even, toes are pointed down towards the mat. If you'd like, you can begin to open those hips up by bending that left knee, opening up to the left side of the room. Taking a breath here, maybe taking those ankle circles. And switching directions. Exhale back to 3-legged dog. Inhale, pull that knee into the chest. Pause, pull it up a little bit higher. And exhale back to 3-legged dog. Inhale, knee to chest, this time coming across the body towards that right elbow. And exhale, 3-legged dog. One more time, inhale, knee to chest, this time over towards that left elbow. And exhale, 3-legged dog. Go ahead and place that leg back down on the mat. Walk it out. Bending ankles, bending knees. And on your next exhale, bending ankles, knees, and hips, begin to walk the hands back to meet the feet, coming into a forward fold. Release the neck, allow the head to drop. Maybe coming into ragdoll here by grabbing opposite elbows and allowing your body to gently sway from side to side. Here on every exhale, thinking about the upper body sinking just a little bit closer to those legs. Really bending here at the hips, rounding through the spine. We are here for 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, releasing the hands down, pressing through the feet on the inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming into a standing position. Hands come to meet together. If you'd like to, you can interlock your fingers here. And on the exhale, coming over to the right side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, cactus arms. Bend the knees slightly, open up through the chest. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, over to the left side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cactus arms. Bend the knees slightly, open up the chest. One more time. Inhale, extend the arms up, over to the right side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, cactus arms, open the chest. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, cactus arms, open through the chest. Inhale, reaching back up. And exhale, release the hands over our chest and namaste. And release them down completely. Awesome job. Now that the body is feeling a little bit warmer, we're going to continue to keep it warm by going through some sun salutations. So coming to the top of our mat, moving through a sun salut. We're going to take the first one a little bit slower. We're going to do 5 in total. And after the first one, we're going to speed them up a little bit and let you go at your own pace and your own flow. So on the inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back, hands to the shins, gaze nice and down, nice flat back. On the exhale, allowing the hands to come down to palm the floor. Begin to step back into a high plank, high push-up position. Moving through chaturanga, on the exhale, begin to bring your chest down to the mat. Allow the toes to slide forward, and first we're going to come through a baby cobra or bhujangasana. Hands next to the body, elbows over the wrists. On the inhale, begin to squeeze the scapulas back. Breathe into the upper back, pull the elbows away from each other, keep the gaze nice and down, neck nice and long. This is a very small posture. And on your next exhale, moving through the knees, coming back to our downward facing dog. So that was our basic sun sal egg with vinyasa. Feel free to move through that at your own pace. I'll still be cueing it, but if you're comfortable, feel free to close your eyes and move through any cobra variation you'd like. On your next inhale, begin to bring the gaze forward and jump or step to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. On the inhale, begin to come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release again into a forward fold. And inhale to sweep the arms up. Awesome job, you guys. Going through that 4 more times. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, releasing down, palming the floor, stepping back into our high plank. Chaturanga, maybe if you'd like to challenge yourself, adding in a few chaturanga push-ups. And this time coming maybe into our cobra pose or our up dog, which is just 4 points of contact, the palms of the hands and the top of the feet. And at your own breath pace, moving back into our downward facing dog. Bending ankles, bending knees. This is your resting pose, so make sure you use it to the fullest. On your next inhale, bringing the gaze forward and begin to step or jump to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And again, moving through that sun sele. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, palming the floor. Step back, chaturanga, maybe adding in those push-ups. Up dog or full cobra, whatever's comfortable. And moving through that downward facing dog. Take a few nourishing breaths here. On your next inhale, bring the gaze forward, jump or step to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, pressing through the feet. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Taking a breath. And inhale, reaching up long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, placing the hands on the mat, jumping or stepping back to chaturanga, maybe adding in that push-up. Moving through your vinyasa and meeting in downward facing dog. Taking those breaths here. On your next inhale, moving to the top of the mat, jumping or stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, releasing down, hinging at the hips. And inhale, sweeping the arms up. Taking a breath. Last time, sun sele. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, placing the hands on the mat, jumping or stepping back, high plank, and moving through your vinyasa. Whenever you're ready, meeting in downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. This time we are going to be using this as a means to come into our standing sequence. So putting more weight into the left leg. On the inhale, reach the right foot up, three-legged dog. Inhale, begin to pull the knee to the chest. Pause, pull it up a little bit closer, and then set it between the hands at the top of the mat. Awesome job. Go ahead and place that left hand firmly on the mat. Inhale to reach the right arm up, twisting towards the right side of the room. Taking a few breaths here. reaching that right arm up, gaze back towards the side of the room. On the exhale, palm the floor once again, bring that right hand back down. Now begin to pull weight out of your hands, engage your core, and pull it into the upper body. On the inhale, begin to sweep the arms up, coming into a crescent lunge. On the inhale, lengthening, reaching up through the spine, and on the exhale, sinking down into this pose. Engage the right glute to pull that hip back to even out those hips. Awesome job. Continuing to elongate on the inhale and deepen into the stretch on the exhale. Moving into some airplane poses. On the inhale, begin to extend that right leg. And on the exhale, sweep the arms back, bend the knee, pull the chest forward for airplane. And inhale to extend. Exhale to airplane, bend the knee, sweep the arms back, pull the chest down. And inhale to extend. 3 more times. Exhale to airplane, sweep the arms back, pull the chest down. And inhale to extend. Exhale to airplane. And inhale to extend. Exhale to airplane. Pausing here. Keeping that knee bent. On the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, coming back into our crescent lunge and prepare to come into our warrior 3. So on the inhale, we're going to straighten this front right leg as we pull the back left leg forward. Hands can be out or over our chest, whatever's more comfortable. And on the exhale, gently begin to hinge at the hips to pull the left leg up. Now with warrior 3, we want to make a nice straight line from our head all the way down to our foot. So whether our foot is barely up off the mat or we are all the way down, you want to make sure you are engaging that core, squeezing that back left glute, and creating a nice straight line. Now on the exhale, we're going to begin to hinge at the hips to pull that leg back down, but instead of setting it on the mat, on the inhale, you're going to pull the left knee up. Awesome job. So on the exhale, begin to externally rotate that leg to bring the shin over the right standing leg. On the inhale, arms come up. And exhale, they rest over our chest and namaste. Now if you'd like to deepen the stretch even more, on the exhale, you can begin to bend the knees and sit back into this pose. Finding a spot to focus on. Bringing it back to the breath. On every exhale, begin to sit down just a little bit deeper. Awesome job. One more exhale, sit down a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, begin to extend back up, pulling that knee up once again. On the exhale, gently hinge at the hips, set the leg back down on the mat. Now we're going to inner spiral that thigh by sending those toes out towards the side of the mat. Front toes are still extended towards the front of the mat. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale to warrior 2. Bending that front knee, reaching the arms wide, twisting that thoracic spine. Finding some stillness once again, bringing it back to the breath. On every inhale, again, lengthening through the body. And on every exhale, sinking deeper into this pose. Again, engaging both glutes, the right one pulling the hips back. Trying to keep, not necessarily them nice and square, but get them kind of square towards the side of the room. On your next exhale, moving into peaceful warrior. Left hand comes behind our back, right arm reaches over, coming into a nice side stretch. On your next inhale, coming back up through center, and exhale to extended side angle. Right forearm to right thigh, left arm reaches over. Again, inhale to peaceful warrior. And exhale to extended side angle. Again, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. One more time, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Awesome job. Inhaling back through center. Moving into our humble warrior. We're going to bring our hands behind our back and interlock our fingertips. And on the exhale, begin to send the upper body down towards that front right leg. not resting on the leg, but coming right to the side of it. Neck can release, head falls down. Reaching through the arms. We are here for 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, engage the core, squeeze the glutes, lift the body back up. Nice, drop the hands straight in the front right leg and heel toe the back foot up just a little bit closer. Awesome job preparing for triangle. On the inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, extend them out. Begin to pull the body weight forward and down, bringing that right hand down to the mat, to the shin, maybe to a nice thick biology textbook or to a coffee table that's nice and stable. And taking a few breaths here. Reaching that right or left arm up. Gaze can be up at the ceiling, to the side of the room, or down staring at that right foot. Whatever is most comfortable for you and your body. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here, or if you'd like, you can attempt to come into our half moon pose by bending that front right knee just a little as we begin to step the right hand out. Nice job. Here we are trying to come into that same twist, reaching that left arm and shoulder up just like we did in triangle. Here, squeeze that back left glute to lift the leg just a little bit higher. Awesome job. We are here for just a few more breaths. Again, squeezing that back glute, lifting that left shoulder up in the sky. And on the exhale, begin to bend that right knee to lift the body up, setting that left leg back down on the mat. Nice job. Moving into our triangle pose, we are going to have our right foot just a little in front of the left. On the inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, forward fold over that front right leg. Release the neck. And on every exhale, allow the upper body to sink just a little bit closer to that right leg. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here, or if you'd like, you can come into a standing split by walking the hands forward as we begin to lift that back left leg up. Again, just like in our Warrior 3 pose, it's really not about how flexible you are or how high you can lift that leg. It's just about trying to lengthen these muscles at your own pace, doing what feels good for you. Making sure we have a nice micro bend in that front right leg so we're not overstretching those ligaments. On the exhale, begin to bend the left leg down and place it right next to the right, coming into a nice forward fold. Now on the inhale, pressing through the feet, begin to sweep the arms up. And exhale to chair. Send the hips back. Taking a breath here. If you'd like to, you can bring the hands over your chest in Namaste. We're going to be moving into a chair twist. So on the exhale, twisting towards the right side of the room, right elbow faces up towards the ceiling, left elbow faces down towards the mat. Begin to shift the weight so that the left elbow comes to rest on top of that right thigh. Looking down at your knees, make sure one is not protruding in front of the other. We want to have the weight evenly in those 2 feet at this moment. Continuing to breathe here. Now begin to shift the weight over towards that right leg. Just lifting the left heel up off the mat a little bit. Feeling a little bit lighter in that left leg. And on the inhale, begin to pull the left leg back, bending that leg and setting it down on the mat. Awesome job. On the exhale, begin to frame the foot, step the right leg back, and chaturanga, move through your vinyasa. Now this time, instead of meeting in downward facing dog, if you would like to, you can bring the knees down to the mat and take a nice little child's pose. This is also a great time to grab water. We will be here in this resting position for about 10 or 15 breaths. Continuing to breathe into the belly here. Breathe into the back. Taking full, nourishing breaths. Playing with our parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system a little bit ago, or a little bit today. By raising our heart rate and then using our breath to bring our heart rate back down. Continuing to breathe here, maybe thinking about meeting back in downward facing dog if you are not there already. So meeting back in our downward facing dog, playing with our stance a little bit, bending our ankles and our knees. Then whenever you're ready, beginning to find some stability and shifting more weight into the right leg as we inhale to reach our left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale, begin to pull that left knee into the chest and place it at the top of our mat between our two hands. Place the right hand firmly on the mat as we inhale to lift our left arm up, coming into a nice twist. Squeezing the left glute here, pulling the hips back. Reaching up through that left arm. We're here for 2 more breaths. On the exhale, returning that left arm back down to the mat and beginning to pull more weight into our upper body by engaging our core, lifting the weight up out of our hands. On the inhale, begin to sweep the arms up, coming into our crescent lunge. Again, on every inhale, lengthening through the body. On every exhale, sinking deeper into that front leg. Finding some stillness, finding some stability here. And on the inhale, moving into our airplane poses by extending that front left leg up. On the inhale, and exhale, sweeping the arms back, bending the front knee, pulling the chest down to come into our airplane pose. Again, inhale to extend. Exhale to airplane, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, pull the chest down. Inhale, extend. 3 more times. Exhale to airplane. And inhale to extend. Exhale to airplane. And inhale to extend. Last time, exhale to airplane. Holding it here, begin to sweep the arms up, keeping that front left knee bent, and begin to shift the weight forward, pulling that back right leg up, and gently hinging at the hips, coming into our 3-legged dog, our warrior 3. Hands can be over the chest in namaste, or out to help balance the body. Again, trying to keep a nice straight line from our head all the way down towards that back leg. Engaging the back right glute. And on the exhale, gently hinging at the hips, but not setting that right leg down, instead pulling the knee up. Awesome job. Begin to externally rotate that right thigh to bring the shin to come rest over our standing left thigh. On the inhale, sweep the arms up and bring them over our chest in namaste. If you're comfortable, feel free to stay here, or on the exhale, begin to send the hips back, sitting down into this pose, trying to keep a nice straight spine. On every exhale, challenging yourself to sink just a little bit deeper. On your next exhale, sinking just a little bit deeper. And on the inhale, begin to pull the knee up. Exhale, hinge at the hips to set the foot back down on the mat. Inner spiral the back toes by sending them towards the side of the room. Front left toes still face towards the front of the mat. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, coming into our warrior 2. Bending that front knee, reaching the arms out, twisting that thoracic spine. Gazing out over those front fingertips. Bringing it back to the breath here. Slowing down that heart rate just slightly. And on the exhale, moving into our peaceful warrior, right hand goes behind our back, left arm reaches over. On the inhale, coming back through center, and exhale, extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh, right arm reaches over. On the inhale, moving with the breath, coming into our peaceful warrior. On the exhale, moving into extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Awesome job. On the inhale, beating back up in center, bringing our hands behind our back, interlocking our fingertips and preparing for humble warrior. On the exhale, beginning to pull the upper body down towards that front left leg. Not resting on the leg, but coming right in front of it. Releasing the neck, releasing the head down here, engaging the core, squeezing those glutes. We're here for 2 more breaths. I know you can do it. If you're shaking, that's okay. I'm shaking a little bit here. On your next inhale, engage the core, lift the upper body up. Nice job. Release those hands, straighten that front left leg, heel toe that back foot up just a little bit, preparing for triangle. On the inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, begin to pull the weight forward, bringing that left hand down to the mat or to your shin or to whatever feels comfortable. Reaching that right arm up into the sky. Gaze can be wherever is comfortable from your neck, maybe down at the mat, the side, or up at that hand. And just begin to take a few breaths here. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here in this position. Or if you would like to try that half moon, you can do so by bending the left knee slightly, walking out that front left hand as we engage the back right glute to lift that leg up into the sky. Reaching that right arm up. Maybe noticing that one of your half moons on one side is easier than the other. This is definitely the more challenging side for me. Trying to open up that chest to the side of the room. We're here for 1 more breath. You can do it. On the exhale, bend the front knee, release the back foot down to the mat. Nice job. Preparing for pyramid, place the left leg just a little bit in front of the right. Toes can both be facing towards the front of your mat. On the inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bringing the hands down to a block or to your mat or to your shin. Releasing the neck. And on every exhale, allowing the upper body to sink just a little bit closer to that left leg. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here. Or if you'd like, you can walk the hands out as we begin to lift that back right leg up, coming into a standing split. Again, just trying your best here, not trying to overstretch any ligaments or tendons, trying to get a full range of motion. On your next exhale, begin to lower that right leg to meet the left down on the mat, coming into a forward fold. Taking a breath here, and then pressing into your feet. On the inhale, reaching the arms up, bringing your arms up overhead. Exhale, sitting down into chair, bending the knees, sending the hips back. Nice elongated upper body, nice strong arms. On the exhale, bringing your hands over your chest and beginning to twist towards the left side of the room. So left arm comes up, right arm comes down. On the exhale, sinking deeper into the twist to bring the right forearm and elbow over to that left leg. Looking down at your knees, making sure they are nice and even. Nice, strong quads here, nice, strong arms, even weight distribution between the 2 feet. Now beginning to shift the weight over into the left leg. Just begin to lift that right heel up off the mat. Finding some lightness in that leg. On the inhale, begin to squeeze the heel towards the thigh and the right leg to pull the leg back. Nice job. Nice elongated twist. On the exhale, setting the hands down on the mat, stepping the back foot back or the left foot back, chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa. Again, meeting in downward facing dog or maybe child's pose. Doing whatever feels good for you in this moment. Again, we will be here for about 10 breaths. So if you need any water, this is a great time to grab some. We will be moving into some more glute and core based exercises after this. So making sure to take some nice nourishing breaths, allowing our heart rate to come down just a little bit while still maintaining a nice warm body. If you are in downward facing dog, beginning to bring the knees down to meet us in a child's pose. And whenever you are ready, beginning to come into a nice tabletop position. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. If at all this becomes uncomfortable being on your knees, you can feel free to grab a towel and place it under them, or even just folding your mat up in half can give your knees just a little bit more cushion. We're going to begin with our bird dog. So beginning to bring the right fingertips forward and the left leg extending back. On the inhale, squeeze the glutes to lift the leg as we extend the arm forward. If you are comfortable, feel free to stay here, or we can begin to take some dynamic bird dog crunches by bringing the right elbow to the left knee, crunching in, and exhale, extending back out. Awesome job. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. For 7, 6, 5, continuing to move with that breath. 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Awesome job. Keep it extended here. Hold for a second. Begin to place those right fingertips and hand back down on the mat, keeping that leg extended. On the inhale, begin to bend the knee so that the bottom of the foot is facing towards the ceiling. Moving in to some donkey kicks. On the inhale, begin to press the right leg higher. Exhale, back down. Inhale, press higher. Exhale, back down. Inhale, squeeze the glute to press the leg up. Exhale, down for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Begin to lower the knee so that it comes back down towards the mat, but not setting it on the mat. We are going to bring the leg out to the side for donkey kicks, or for fire hydrant kicks. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set that knee back down on the mat. Maybe shift from side to side, stretching out those hips. You can come back and sit on the knees for a second. Continue to shake out the hips. Give your wrists just a little bit of a break. And whenever you are ready, coming back into a tabletop position, we are going to be doing that same thing on the other side. So left fingertips come forward, right leg extends back. On the inhale, squeeze the right glute to lift the leg up as we reach the left arm in front. On the inhale, coming into a crunch, left elbow to right knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend and hold. Bring the left hand back down to the mat. Bend the right knee so that the bottom of the foot is facing up towards the ceiling. And inhale for donkey kicks, kicking up for 10, 9, 8. Really squeezing that glute. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee down, but don't set it on the mat. Kicking out for fire hydrant kicks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Set the knee back down on the mat and begin to bring the hips from side to side. You can sit back on the shins for a second and the calves and just take a little break. Maybe grab some water. Give the wrists a nice break. Next, we are going to be coming into a few dynamic plank poses. So really gathering your breath. On the exhale, beginning to walk the hands forward back into tabletop and stepping the feet back into a nice plank. Here, breathing into the spine, pressing through all parts of the hands, squeezing the glutes. And on the exhale, coming down onto our forearms. We're going to be moving through some dynamic dolphin poses. So maybe interlocking the fingertips. And on your next inhale, pressing through the forearms to bring the hips up, coming into our dolphin. Exhale back to forearm plank. And inhale to dolphin. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to dolphin. 3 more times. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to dolphin. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to dolphin. Last time, exhale, forearm plank. Inhale to dolphin, holding here for about 3 breaths. Lifting the hips up. Pressing through the forearms to lengthen through the spine. And on your next exhale, coming back into our forearm plank. Release the hands. Take the right hand first, then left to step up into our high plank. Exhale, back to forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. These are killer. You got this. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. 3 more times. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. 1 more time. Inhale, high plank. Awesome job. Release the knees. Take a breath. We are going to sit back on our knees and come into a nice bottom seated position by rolling onto the left side and sweeping the knees and legs around out in front of us. Nice job. So we are going to come into some dynamic boat poses. We are going to have our feet flat on the floor, knees together. You can use your hands to lengthen through the spine at first. If you are comfortable, you can stay here, or on the inhale, you can begin to lift the knees up. Nice job. Coming into our beginner boat pose. Now, if you'd like, you can keep the hands here to support the spine, or you can bring the hands next to the legs. And on the exhale, begin to extend out to hover above the mat. Inhale, back to boat. Exhale, extend. Inhale, back to boat. Exhale, extend. Inhale, back to boat. 2 more times. Exhale, extend. Inhale, back to boat. Exhale, extend and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down. Awesome job. Take a nice breath here. Moving into a few more core exercises before we end our practice. On the inhale, begin to pull the knees up so the feet are flat on the floor. Taking a few more breaths here. On the inhale, begin to extend the arms up so that the palms come together, fingers facing up towards the sky. And on the inhale, begin to crunch up towards the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Hands come between the knees and crunching up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Over to the right side. Inhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, extend the right leg. Take a breath. Extend the left leg. And we are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Awesome job. Take a few more breaths. We are going to do that one more time on the other side. So whenever you're ready, beginning to pull the heels back up so the feet are flat on the floor, knees are up. On the inhale, bringing the hands up overhead, facing towards the ceiling. And whenever you're ready, on an inhale, crunching up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Hands come between the knees. Crunching up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up over to the left. Crunching up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Begin to extend the left leg. Take a breath. Extend the right leg. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down. Amazing job. Moving into a few glute bridges. On the inhale, slide the heels up one more time. Feet flat on the floor, knees facing up. Hands can come down by the side. And first, we are just going to do some glute activation. So our hips are going to stay on the mat for this. On the inhale, squeeze the glutes. Engage the core. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze the glutes. Engage the core. And release. One more time, inhale, squeeze the glutes. And exhale, release. Nice job. This time we are going to add the bridge pose by sending our hips up towards the sky. Whenever you're ready, on the inhale, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up. Continue to squeeze here. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips for bridge pose. And release. This time we are going to come up into a slightly bound bridge. So on the inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up, bring the hands behind the back, interlock the fingertips, and begin to, on the inhale, walk the shoulder blades closer to each other, puffing up through the chest. Coming up into a slightly bigger back bend. All this time we are still continuing to squeeze the glutes, continuing to lift the hips up higher. We are in this pose for 2 more breaths. On your exhale, begin to walk the shoulder blades back apart. Release the hips back down to the mat. Awesome job. Walk the feet out just a little bit wider, closer to the edges of your mat. Now on the exhale, just begin to bring the right knee over to the right side. Inhale back up through center. And exhale towards the left leg. Just wiggling this right leg from side to side. Moving with the breath. Shaking out that right hip. And on your next inhale, meeting back in center. Doing the same thing with the left leg on the exhale, bringing the left knee out towards the side. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to the midline, over towards that right leg. And just moving with the breath to wiggle that knee back and forth. Stretching out that hip. Taking a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, meeting back through center. Begin to pull the knees into the chest, wiggling side to side, hugging them in. Maybe adding in that rock, beginning to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Maybe taking a happy baby here by grabbing the big toe or the outside of the foot. Continuing to rock from side to side. Maybe extending one leg and then the other. Doing whatever feels good, stretching out the body just a little bit more before we come into our final resting pose of Shavasana. Whenever you're ready, on an exhale, begin to release the feet, to extend the legs down. Hands can come to rest by your side. And just begin to allow yourself to sink down into the mat, bringing the focus back to the breath. I'll be counting a few breaths for us. We'll be doing 10 in total. If you'd like to, you can take your right hand and place it over the belly to fully acknowledge and become aware of the rise and the fall with every breath. On your next exhale, completely letting out all of the air. And inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 5. Inhale 6. Exhale 6. Inhale 7. Exhale 7. Inhale 8. Exhale 8. Inhale 9. Exhale 9. Inhale 10. And exhale 10. Moving back to your own rhythmic breath. Maybe returning that right hand to your side. Maybe bringing it back to your intention. As you completely release into this resting pose. If it is comfortable for you, please feel free to remain in the Shavasana. Bringing some gentle awareness into your body. Maybe begin to wiggle your fingers or your toes. And on the next inhale, begin to reach your arms up overhead, stretching just like you do when you wake up in the morning. And on an exhale, begin to roll on to your favorite side, resting your head in your hands. And taking your final breaths of your practice. Keeping your top leg heavy. Begin to press yourself up into a seated position using as little energy as possible and bringing your head up last. Meeting in a cross-legged position on our mats. On the inhale, reaching the arms up overhead and bringing them to rest over our heart. Thank you all so much for joining today for this practice. Namaste. All right, guys, that is the end of our class. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back for completing that. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. If you could, there is a link in the description box down below. I'd really love to hear something that you enjoyed about this class, as well as maybe something that you would change or would have a little bit differently. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.